Major Hurricane Melissa has gotten worse overnight. Rapid intensification is 35 miles per hour within a 24-hour period. It has undergone extra rapid intensification, which is past 58 miles per hour, and I believe it is 70 now. Now it is at 154 miles per hour sustained winds, and now it's going to stall just for a moment on the west in the deepest ocean heat and intensify some more. National Hurricane Center has a Cat 5 on landfall now. Plus, we have another storm system coming. You can see for this morning that we do have some more tornado warning cells moving through. We even have some tornado reports overnight, so I hope you did watch that warning yesterday. We have another storm system coming in for Tuesday and Wednesday with this cold front that could bring one day of severe weather over here towards the deep south, but really over here towards the mid-Atlantic and the northeast as we go Thursday into Friday, bringing that cold air as well. I'm going to go through all that in this video. That way you know what is around the corner with the weather. New intensity from National Hurricane Center shows that going all the way up towards 165 miles per hour and 160 on landfall. Then as it goes past Jamaica, still going to be a major hurricane over here for Cuba. Then after that, going through Turks and Caicos and Bahamas. Also, the trend of this going further towards the west shows true. Now we have 20 to 30 inches, all this pink for Jamaica, further towards the west, as well as the 16 to 20 and the 12 to 16 in the red. Plus, over here for Cuba, your 16 to 20 inches, 400 to 500 millimeters, has stretched even more. Shown by the hurricane models, even further along now on the western path, going all the way up towards 163 miles per hour sustained winds. When we look at the HMON hurricane model, it goes all the way up towards 169, and the hurricane analysis forecast system A shows it even stronger. Shows it getting strong all the way towards 165, even goes past it where it still intensifies right before landfall because it goes a little slower, and really intensifies to 172 miles per hour sustained wind. Still showing early in the morning for Tuesday. Later tonight, overnight is where everything's going to get really bad. Storms moving in all morning, but by the time you go through this evening, then you see some tighter banding that can start hitting on southern and eastern Jamaica as you go through the afternoon, all night long, all on eastern Jamaica, from Kingston towards Mandeville. Then after that, going over Jamaica and going by Cuba afterwards, bringing the surge, bringing the winds, and more impacts. Also, the winds could possibly go further west as well. We've been seeing more of a western wobble ever since it sat there all night long, and not only went through rapid intensification, extra rapid intensification, bring most of the winds on the center and the western side of the country, while the center and the eastern side is getting all the surge and the waves. And you can see with the GFS agreeing on that western shift, and all this in the 400 to 500 millimeters. That's why you're in the 20 to 30 inches all the way across. It could go even further towards the west. And once again, it's still going to be the very same impacts as before, even though it's getting stronger into the 160 now or higher, possibly the high 160s, maybe even towards that 170 if that trend keeps going. It's still going to be catastrophic impacts, catastrophic winds, catastrophic flooding. It's still going to be weeks without communities being near each other, and it's still going to be a lot of problem with power outages for weeks possibly as well. Plus, right after this, we have another tropical wave coming in the very beginning of November. This one has a good chance to either form up in the same scenario or go out through the eastern Pacific. Which brings us to here, Arctic oscillation. This is one thing that's going to change what's happening in the tropics. Now you can see we still have this cold blast coming through all week. The coldest is going to be right at the end by Friday. Then afterwards, you can see the GFS is back to agreement with the Euro and the AI that it's not going to be a strong second dip. Maybe a weaker one, northern in the U.S. Now, chances for a tropical depression to form as we go through the 10th, from the 3rd through the 10th of November, is up towards a 60, even a 70% right here by Central America. We also can see in 7 days, it could form up or it could go further towards that west as it goes 9 and 10 days further towards Nicaragua, Honduras, and you see that little shift. It keeps building, but it starts shifting a little bit more into the eastern Pacific. And it's all because of this cold front coming through, maybe bringing that storm still towards the northeast, bringing some winds with that as well. As these tropical waves meander through the Caribbean at the very beginning of November, showing that cold dip coming through will keep shear, it'll keep dry air, and it'll keep all this at bay. But it might form up afterwards, after all this builds up around Central America. Once again, we're already gone past 10 days. So we'll keep you updated. So far, it's showing dip after dip, and that could pull that further towards the north, but it's way down the road. However, this is bringing colder temperatures. So let me walk you through the week as we wake up on Wednesday morning. Then 40s and 50s coming all the way towards the south. The 30s towards the northeast. Interior northeast is going to be very cold. cold, maybe even the high 20s. Over here for the Rockies, going to be in the 20s and the north central. Now remember, the wind chills is going to be the biggest factor when this system comes through, and it's going to pull all these cold temperatures down. And with the wind chills, you're going to feel like you're in the 20s, maybe even the teen temperatures are single digits for the Rockies, for Wyoming and Colorado. Now it is going to warm right back up again as you go through the day. Remember, you are going to be in the 50s. Some people will be in the 40s. It all depends where the storm system sets up at, but it comes right back down again for Thursday, bringing those 40s in the morning once again, bringing those 30s, bringing those freezing temperatures in the blue, and with the wind chills, this is where it pulls it way down. So now we're sitting on Thursday. So now everyone that's in this blue, you feel like you're in the 20s as you go through for Thursday. And once again, it warms right back up throughout the day for Thursday. Now Friday, it comes down again. So here you are for Friday, October 31st. You have the very cold 40s going all the way towards the Gulf, 50s going further down Florida as well, and you have the freezing temperatures in the morning. And with the wind chills, you can see the colder feels like temperatures that shoots through, especially the higher elevations of the Appalachians as well. Now it will warm right back up. It'll start getting warmer and warmer after that. Remember, there's not going to be a strong second dip, but still your highs are going to be in the 40s for the northern tier of the lower 48. And as you go through for Saturday, it comes down again, but shifting a little bit further towards the east now, with the wind chills coming with it as well. These are going to start moving through the central and the north central, through the Midwest and the Great Lakes. And as you go through for your highs for Saturday, you can see it warms right back up along the southern U.S., but the northern U.S. is going to be in the 40s. Comes right back down again for Sunday, then it's going to start shifting towards the east, bringing the wind chills, but now possibly towards Midwest, Ohio Valley, and the Great Lakes. Now, as we go through this week, we still have this dip possibly of severe weather for one day as we go through for Tuesday evening for Texas, northern Louisiana, and Arkansas. But your best chance to get some would possibly be as we go through Wednesday and Thursday, as it gets that negative tilt over here towards the mid-Atlantic. And as we go towards the northeast, you can see with GFS as well, it came back to agreement with the Euro, just like with the Arctic Oscillation. It backtracked towards the Euro, that the system more likely will be right there on the coast and not further off the coast as you go through for Thursday. And we have those storms warned right now, and we did get 2 tornado reports in southern Mississippi overnight. Now, as we go through Tuesday, we do have some possibility for severe weather. We do have some lift in the atmosphere over here for Texas, going through northern Louisiana. And you see as you go through for Wednesday, as it pivots towards mid-Atlantic, especially Wednesday evening into Thursday, you still get chances for some severe weather over here for a little bit for South Carolina, but going through North Carolina, Virginia, then maybe across the Delmarva and the northeast. Showing some very strong winds pulling through as well, and this is going to make for some strong wind chills. So you can see here with the temperatures, it is pulling down those 50s, even those 40s on down, and bringing some possible winds with that chances for 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts. You got 50 in the orange as that comes down with some very powerful winds, it's looking like. Also, as it goes out through the northeast, not only the first system that's leaving out through today could bring a little bit of winds right along the coast, but as you go through the northeast, bringing the winds up there as well. Chances for 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts, especially for New England. You can see this is trending with GFS, both pockets. So far, National Weather Service don't have anything out except for thunderstorms in the green areas for today and thunderstorms for tomorrow. And before I go, a quick word from our Father, Psalm 91, for everyone in the path of Hurricane Melissa, everyone 1 through 5. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Amen. Above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope He keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. God bless everyone in the path of Hurricane Melissa.